Hey! I see. I, great start. Great start. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might be drawing to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she is going to chase after me like this. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait. Oh, that's me talking. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say you were thinking about ignoring me? Oh, this is gonna be a great start. This game's mostly text. If Pokemon Crystal is any indication. Oh boy. That means, Atom, well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be great. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Atom, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content, just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of becoming... Oh boy. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look into a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her? Oh, okay, sure. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. What's up, guys? Atom Bacon here. Welcome to something a bit different. Bit of a delayed intro there, but... Yes, as you might have been able to tell, I am playing Doki Literature Club. And if my bumbling is any indication, I've never played this before. This is my first blind Let's Play. This is a friend of mine's idea, actually. I've managed to go this long avoiding spoilers, with the exception of just one scene. Probably one of the few people out there who's still able to play this game mostly blind. And a friend suggested I do this as an LP. And I thought, you know what? What the hell? I'll go for it. This game is mostly a visual novel. It's a bit outside of the more action-focused games I normally do. A lot of reading. The episodes might be a bit shorter than other games just because reading out loud for most of it is probably going to tire me more than actually just speaking impulsively and through improv. But we'll see how this goes. This is, to my knowledge, not a particularly long game. It's kind of just a placeholder LP in between big projects because I just finished Twilight Princess. Though, as of recording this, I haven't quite decided what my next LP is going to be yet. I have a couple ideas, and they're all fairly long games, so I wanted to do something shorter and more chill to break apart the longer games. Of course, I'm aware that this game is not as... Perhaps chill isn't quite the right word to describe this game, but we'll go along and see how it goes. I'm not going to make a habit of let's playing visual novels. Uh, this might not necessarily be the last one I do, but it's not going to be common, per se. But enough exposition, let's continue on. The school day is as ordinary as ever. Honestly, I'm probably going to stumble on reading a lot. Reading things for the first time out loud, you always trip over yourself a bit, so... The text is on screen, you know what's supposed to be said. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to stumble a lot on this. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori, yeah. There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who was proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. Oh, whoopsies. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Which is ironic, because I actually do enjoy writing a bit in real life. But, oh well. I guess I haven't done it since, grade 9. And I'm a year out of graduation, so it's been a while. Anyway. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. Yeah, you could have told me that earlier. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning to have planned all this out. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Oh my goodness. I'm not expecting a lot of humor out of this game, but that was good. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings the open classroom door. I read that wrong. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? I thought that was Sayori again. I should give her a different way. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh boy. I know who you are. I don't know much about their personalities, but I know who this is. It's kind of hard not to. I said I mostly avoided spoilers, but there's some things you just can't dodge. Oh boy. What kind of voice do I give you? Atom. No. Atom. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. Keeping track of their voices is gonna be fun. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the only one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my... Oh, shoot. It would have been nice to know that you were whispering. Pardon me. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. That would be you, I suppose? Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica. Yep. Oh boy. It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Atom. Monica smiles sweetly. Go figure that canonically the only one I know is Monica when... Yeah, that's fitting. We know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica? Come, sit down, Atom. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Okay, so there's 4 girls, 5 people in total, including me now. There's a lot more than 5 desks in here, so I don't think it was too hard to make room. Just saying. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. They must be out of the camera because I don't see anything. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's space for one more next to Monica and Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a towel. A towel? Where did I read towel? Grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the Where did I read towel in there? Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, you ready? Ta-da! Ooh. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate are used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like Haven't I heard this somewhere before? It's not like I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. Okay, yeah, okay, she's the tsundere. We've established that. Looks like I chose the right voice. Whether you're subscribed to me, Kris Kringle, or both, you're not escaping my tsundere voice. I really hope that the video... It should be up by then. Actually, I suppose I have control, so I can just make sure it is. I was doing a collab Let's Play with my buddy Kris Kringle, and I was in charge of voicing one of the main female characters, and gave her somewhat of a tsundere voice, so... Well, maybe, but not for you, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri turns to the table, carrying a tea set. Sorry if you heard that. Just needed to crack my knuckles. Yuri turns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep the whole tea set... Oh. I saw the avatar pop up, so I thought she was speaking. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't. Oh god. I almost want to... I'm debating if I want to make a counter for how many times I use the wrong voice, but that would be so much editing. Oh god. Well, I will or I won't. That's kind of up to the post me and editing, so you might see it on screen, you might not. I don't know what I'll decide in the future. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no. Okay, no. She's... Okay, yeah, so... Okay, there you go. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. I almost said belief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was partially dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics in the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all that effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically Degrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Atom, what kind of things do you like to read? I mean, I'm not really the biggest manga person, although, I did read all 14 volumes of W. Juliet. That was really awesome. Considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. But I am on point with this. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Getting meta up in here. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Foreshadowing. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate at the minimum level. Have I ever read a horror book? I mean, I've read a murder mystery, but that was more of a suspense thriller than anything. I don't think I've ever read a horror book before. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Well, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Oh, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. Usually you like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Mary sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on his shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own... Oh, fuck, that's me. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Speaking of writing poems, fun story. I was, I think I've said a few times I live in a kind of a small town, but my dad lived in a bigger city for a while, and when visiting him one time, we were walking down Main Street, we were walking around, not Main Street, we're walking around downtown, and we see this guy on the corner of the sidewalk at a four-way intersection, just sitting on the cement with a typewriter, and a piece of paper stuck over the typewriter that said, "Poems, $1." And my dad just looks at me and goes, "You know the money isn't his real motive. He's getting numbers from that." Probably one of the most interesting street performers I think I've ever seen. Just the typewriter. Poems, $1. I wish I had a picture, but if I had one at all, it's lost now when my phone broke. But it was pretty funny. I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel more comfortable about... feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we can all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it'll help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Atom? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Siri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. Damn. Monika especially just looks traumatized. She's like, but... Yuri's like, I'm disappointed. Monika's just traumatized. Sayori is almost a bad Monika, and Natsuki just looks pissed off. I'm getting into my head who's who, like, without me. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Atom, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay or spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yay, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me there for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would have been super pissed. You looked super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Marco looks at me once over. Atom, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Marco with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Atom, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! And with that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. And with that, we're going to end this first episode here. I think it's a little too soon to judge how I feel about this, but I think this is going to make an interesting Let's Play. So, next up, we got our assignment, we met the lead characters. Seems like a good way to end this. Next, I guess I can't really say what's going to happen next time, because I have no idea. Next time we're going to see what everyone wrote for poems, I guess, most likely. See you guys then.